Alright, we're back. This 5, I think, is for this. Just gonna confirm. We're gonna be Snute versus Elazer coming up next, guys. As I just realized, I haven't updated the title of the stream since our very first cast today. So it's been incredibly inaccurate for like 5 games. This is still around a 16!
What? No.
Wait, it's best of 3, right? I thought you said only the round of 16 was best of 3.
Yeah. Oh my god, it still is. They're gonna face on the thermal next. Who thought of this? Why? Okay,
I changed my caption a little bit, but I tweeted that terrible screenshot I took. Is it adorable?
No, this part is adorable.
Apollo is frickin' adorable. Alright, so it's gonna be best of 3. It's still around a 16. It's Snute versus Elazer. It's gonna be a ZvZ, and I know, guys, ZvZ, Snarfest. No, I think this is gonna be great because Elazer and Snute actually have a very unique track record of fighting one another. Getting out of the moment. We got 1 sub going towards our 20 goal of trying to help out TakeTV with the prize pool. So Woody60707, thank you for that Twitch Prime sub, man. Good free money.
Free money.
Again, real quick, guys, to explain the pricing and all this stuff, there's a big fundraiser going to TakeTV stream. 50% of any donation, 50% of any subscriber is going to go towards the prize pool. Hey, there's legit StarCraft 2 subs over here, too. What I'm saying is we're going to take 100% of the next 20 subs, if we can get 20 subs real quick, and we'll donate $100. Because, again, like that's actually not even 100%. We only get half of that. I don't even give a fuck. If we get 20 subs just so I can have the OCD nice rounded out 1100 number on our stats page, I will donate $100 to the prize pool over on TakeTV stream. Just to help them out a little bit if we can.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, we should do the introductions because they're both doing something.
They're both doing early pools.
Yeah. Exactly.
Actually, because it's the same pool, this is going to be really funny watching how this deflects. We have seen... I'll talk about it in a moment. Top left side of the map, it's the Red Zerg, Team Liquids, Snutes.
In the bottom right, as the Teal Zerg, he is Elazer.
So what's funny about this is we've actually seen this same thing happen before, not out of these two players, but they'll meet each other in the middle of the map with the Lings, and they might either run past each other, or just both retreat back home, or actually fight in the middle of the map. And like all 3 of those are like really obvious, and you're like, Griffin, why you tell me the obvious here? It's funny because we've seen more instances of players disengaging than actually committing once realizing this is the case. Now, the other option here, too, King Sejong does leave some options to sneak around. They might not go right through the middle. No, they're going right through the middle. And this is going to be like, hey, nice pool, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're... Okay, that's funny. Stu got to see the Lings before the...
Yeah,
Elazer did.
Elazer didn't see the Lings. So now he's actually turning around on this. A little bit awkward.
Yeah.
I was going to comment before we got into the game. I was expecting no cheese this first game, I'm going to be honest. But Snute and Elazer have quite the track record of playing each other, especially within the last year. To the point where Snute was actually on the down spiral for a while. Elazer was getting the better of him in a lot of the best of series that they would play. Whether it's 100 ladder matches or best of 3s through Corsair Cups or whatever.
Kind of forgot about the whole dynamic. Interesting. Well, what... Okay, I guess Snute had to pull drones a little bit. That kind of sucks, but... The whole turning around, not realizing that Snute was also doing something a bit cheesy, you know, first... That would affect the game a little bit more, but it just turned into a ring around the rosy as they both chase each other with slow Lings. They both went for the same... Well, up until now, I suppose. But they both went for similar builds. The whole, like, the Baneling first and then the speed. So their speed's pretty like, closely timed out. Where there was a possibility at any point that suddenly someone's speed kicks in and you get surrounded or you get counterattacked or something like that. Like at this point they realized they went for identical builds though. And this does seem to be the more popular version anyway, going for the Banelings than the speed. But Snute held off on his hatchery unfortunately, so it's a full hatchery behind.
Yeah, and this was actually a surprisingly, I'm going to hesitate to use this word, but lame game. With the way this went, I really expected there to be a little more action. I mean, I'm not disappointed as long as they're both playing smart, but that looked like Snute was really ready to get up in the natural, assessing the situation.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, like it's odd the way this played out, I guess.
I mean, I love when there's early pools because it usually gets action-packed really soon. And sure, like, you know, it's hard to call and whatnot. I mean, like, silly for saying that it's going to end the game and it doesn't and all that stuff. But it's exciting, whereas this is really turning into a macro game. And one that Snutes, I mean, he didn't have the natural hatchery as quick, right? But he still has actually more drones, so the Elazer is going to keep on catching up and whatnot. But he has an extra queen to help defense, where he hit it earlier, rather. Now Elazer has 2 queens as well. And things should just, I feel like, even out. And we can actually check that as the game goes on, because we have income graphs. Hey! Oh, Elazer, that's a pretty quick Roachborn. Well, I guess their speed and Bane's is already done.
The income graph actually looks like a bit of a pulse right now.
Boop. Boop. That represents StarCraft 2's life.
Oh, feels bad, man.
Flatlined. And now it's kinda, you know, it's doing alright, I guess. I have no idea how to read pulse graphs, to be honest. Like, I know how to read pulses, but the graphs I'm not so sure about. I always figured it was just, like, up. There's no down. How do you get negative pulse?
So I actually got certified for, like, I think level 3 first aid was the furthest I went, something like that, but I always had issues with finding pulses on wrists. I don't know why. Like, I could find the pulse on your neck, no problem, but, like, I could never find a pulse on somebody's wrist.
We talked about this, right? That you like a Boy Scout and I was an Explorer.
Yeah.
I was also a Brownie, but Explorer was cooler, and I had to do first aid as well. But I didn't have so much trouble with that. But anyway, dead game jokes aside. So I was like, yeah, the Roachborn seemed a little bit early, but I guess they both already had the tech that like was kind of necessary, unless either one of them was going to go for this big Ling attack. I guess they would just naturally step up to a Roach game. There's a possibility of one of them playing, I suppose, Ling upgrade styles, but that wasn't the choice for either one of them, and Roaches are on the way out, as well as third bases.
You know, I think it's Cats, and a few others actually do play that style that you just referred to. I really like the +1 melee a lot, and I think it even adds a certain degree of, we'll say, advantage when it comes to fighting the Roach versus Roach War later as well. But new sub, shout out to Jibby25. Nice. That's going to be 3 towards our goal to try and help take TV with the prize pool.
17 more to go. Let's do it. All right, then. So.
Although, it's been statistically proven every time we put up a sub goal, we actually get less subs that come in.
Stop putting it up, man. So Elazer, yeah, goes for the faster +1, Snute with the speed, so Snute should have a little bit of control over the game for a little bit, but, you know, can't really push in a win or anything like that. The Roach number should be similar, and then the upgrade's gonna go to Elazer. So I do wonder though, is Elazer just gonna do an all-in with +1? I mean, it's quite a long upgrade. We'll be waiting a while, but there's a lot of time to start building Roaches.
Yeah.
It's actually really weird to me. Is this actually going to the finish by the time he pushes into Snutes? He's not going to get a lair. I mean, this is supposed to be a dedicated attack.
Yeah, and that's the problem, though. Like, Snoot's going to actually be able to kite.
Yeah, he's going to be able to kite, and the +1 isn't going to take effect here for another 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah, the timing of this seems a bit odd out of Elazer, but maybe feeling a bit pressure to go. He's going to go for a lot of feelings behind this.
Scouted.
I mean, Snoot's got a perfectly adequate amount of Roaches. And this Corsair Battle is going to land before the season begins. Cancels the Ravagers of Elazer. Elazer got here just a little too early.
Yeah, and his Lings aren't here yet either to help you get this around. Snute was prepared. I mean, to Snoot's credit, right, this seems like a very, very, like, what the hell is Elazer doing? And I guess it kind of is, but Snute got the scout. He saw, like, the Roach number swelling, which maybe Elazer was kind of hoping you wouldn't. And Snute also wasn't playing greedy, you know? They were both sub-40 drones, where a lot of the time you see the person going for the lair not only get Roach speed, but also get, like, 15 more drones. And that's the whole, like, well, they gotta pull the drones, or they're gonna be able to hold. Snute did it. He just says, like, oh, yeah, I'm building Roaches too, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's where Snute, by the way, first off, I really like that this went from such, like, a equivalent opening into such a very different end to the game. But for me, again, last time we saw these two really going at it, Elazer had the upper hand in almost every game that you would play against Snute. And it was just mind-boggling to me. You'd see Snute, this guy who could earn the respect of players like Beyond, get trashed by Elazer. But then there's seriously been about 3 or 4 months, I think, since we've actually seen them go at it consistently. So it's nice to see Snoot's now perhaps not the one in trouble anymore. By the way, thank you to that most recent sub, Jibby25. Apparently they got out of bed for that sub. Damn, that's dedication.
Wow. I don't think I would do that. Maybe if it was a 19th sub and I want to do the 20th.
Just push it like over the edge. Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you very much. Well, we'll see what happens on Frost. We're the only casters. Feels exclusive for having so many other people in here. Love feeling exclusive.
Okay. You're a special snowflake, Sambigo. And you're the only one allowed in the club.
Well, I mean, us. Yeah, me and 2 people. A club by yourself is just really like a treehouse with, no one else in it.
So basically kinda super amazing cool? Yeah, I got you.
No, it's kind of lame, man. But, okay, whatever.
Alright, game number 2. Here in the best of 3 for the round of 16. In the bottom right, he's down a game. It's going to be Elazer.
The top left, as the red Zerg, he is Liquid Snute.
So real quick, reminder that the round of 16 and everything, there is a loser's bracket associated with it. Some of the matches currently playing, that's where the other casters kind of ran off to earlier when we saw them just disappear from the game. Again, like, I don't know actually where that categorizes under, by the way. Like, we've never really had that happen. So you're kind of like, is that rude? Or does anyone even care that they left? I don't actually know.
I wonder that too, because I would say that hopefully the players are so focused they don't even notice, but just thinking about any time that I've been cast, which is very few times, I did notice, but unless I'm a pro gamer. And then,
like, my knee-jerk reaction...
to think about, why or whatever?
Yeah, my knee-jerk reaction, if it was me, because I'm like, whatever, narcissistic, would be like, oh, am I not putting in a good enough show for them? Well, fuck you guys. And then I'd be like tilted from it.
I thought you were going to say, because this would also be my reaction, is like, do we need to restart because they dropped out?
Oh,
but they probably figured it was the Russian cast and then the French cast and not like TaKe's or us, I guess. Narcissistic, am I right? Maybe they figured it out, or maybe they're just so focused they didn't even notice. But I have no idea the thought of like, wow, I'm not. I'm gonna have some other guy. Like, fuck you guys. I don't know if they have time to think about that.
No, I would actually hope that they are focused on the game. And there's actually a lot of instances where I know that players will not be BM, but they'll miss messages because even though they'll see them and they won't have the whispers disabled or anything, they're focused on even just droning at the start of the game. It's like, hey, you need to remake fair to invite casters, and it's like, oh shit, my bad, like I didn't see it.
Yeah. Well,
and then there's some people who just do it on purpose.
It's on purpose, yeah. And then it's like, oh, I totally. Well, anyway. Nothing too cheesy in the beginning, but we do have Lings in the way for Snute right now, and in fact, he's building so many so soon, I would say this is going to be an all-in. Like, you gotta kind of hide the rest of them past 4 or 6, and just in case a Ling comes through. Yep.
Okay, well, while Snute does that, I just want to point out, Elazer did go for a much faster Baneling Nest. I don't think this was because he was trying to get aggressive, but that was totally so he could be prepared in time for an attack.
Yeah, they both got last scouts, and when that happens, I think it is a little bit scary, because you don't have an overload going to the middle, seeing if there's Lings on the way, and suddenly, the second you think, oh, I'm good, is actually when they show up, right? So that is the pretty safe way to play. He's also getting his own amount of Lings, too, so I guess they just kind of swapped when they're getting Lings and drones. I really thought that Snute was going to go for, it was like a very old-fashioned all-in, is to go for just Lings as soon as possible, basically, on 2 bases, and try and surprise your opponent, but no, I guess maybe both thinking the same thing, because they, again, both had to get last scouts, and both pretty scared.
By the way, Kilo dropping the savage knowledge bombs in chat says, players don't give a single damn. The less casters, the better.
I guess it's the other way to do it.
Grizzled old grumpy CLO.
Well, yeah, like I said, they just kind of swapped building army and building drones, so Snute actually got ahead for a tiny little bit, now they're back to really even. I mean, they both have noticed at this point, too, we both got speed, and... Well, I don't think Snute's seen Elazer's Banelings, you might assume that they're there, I'm not sure. But they both kind of just glance off each other and go for third bases, which Snute hasn't scouted.
There's a couple of different levels of assumption here that definitely need to be taken into consideration. On one hand, yes, Snute gives Elazer a lot of credit by assuming that he's got his own Banelings. this is a player, after all, who got to the top 16 out of a very rigorous 32-man group stage bracket yesterday. And Elazer, in the past, history, all that stuff considered, like, this isn't some schmuck you're fighting on ladder who you're just like, yeah, I don't know if he was smart enough to get Banelings, so I'll just go for it. So, on the other hand, had Snute perhaps not given him the benefit of the doubt, and Elazer taking advantage of that, I don't know. But, like, the fact is these two have played against each other so many times, I think there are going to be a lot of situations where one just kind of gives the benefit of the doubt to the other when it comes to those sort of guesswork situations.
Certainly happen. It would have been really awesome if both of them had gone for, again, those link styles you're talking about, but I don't really pin Snute as that type of player. Elazer sometimes can be. Snute, so much Roaches and Snute are together in my mind now. Even though I guess what's funny is that his versus Protoss is actually his, like, heaviest on lings of Banelings. But anyway, it is Roach versus Roach. They're getting layers around the same time, Roach ones around the same time, +1 around the same time. They should go into the mid game. No attempt to stall out each other's third bases either, which, like, generally happens, I would say. Like, at least 10, 12 lings and a couple of Banelings just to poke and prod and see what you can do. But not so much on Frost here. Maybe just New Gettysburg.
By the way, people are asking about the casting situation. If you missed that last game, they left in the middle of the last series, excuse me, left in the middle of Game 3 to go cast another match that was starting up. It wasn't anything rude. It wasn't anything BM or dramatic. They just wanted to make sure they didn't miss the other series.
Yep. I think they wanted to go cast Strange, because they were just being like, wait, what's strange about it?
Yeah, I think it's Strange into Muslim are playing or something. I need to look up the brackets. I know there's brackets somewhere.
Yeah, I have the Wikipedia up. I just can never find the damn thing. Strange versus Marine Lord. Is the other round of 16 match.
It was a Terran, that's what it is.
Yeah. They're same people, basically. Terrans all are alike, right?
Are we almost done with the round of 16?
Almost. They think that is the last round 16, including this and the other one. They want to go.
Cool.
I don't know if we're planning on casting any of the lower brackets.
For us, I'm just kind of going where Naruto puts us today. For those who don't know, Naruto is the guy who runs the show over on TakeTV for StarCraft stuff nowadays. But it's kind of cool that they got Dennis casting this again, by the way. Take himself is usually quite busy and preoccupied with about a million other things, so it's probably fun for him, too, to just kind of relax and talk about StarCraft.
Well, Snute did cut drones a lot earlier, than Elazer. 11 drones earlier, in fact, and while they both have layer +1 and speed, I was going to say, and speed, it is still a case of like, okay, now Elazer has to hold. He can pull drones, he can lose about 10 and still be okay, and the game will continue on, but can he hold? I would say, yeah, so far it looks like he can. He got 9 more Roaches on the way, he's even a Spine Crawler. Snute has Lings reinforcing and building Ravagers right now, the Elazer's not. But Elazer still has a really solid defense. I can't imagine this breaking Defender's advantage. Maybe it does a good trade initially, but actually breaking Elazer? I don't think so. So Snute realizes that, goes back to droning. 11 drone deficit isn't the worst thing in the world. So I think that is the better option. So +2. I think you've scared your opponent anyway, so that they're not getting up to like 65, 70 drones on 4 bases, which would be insanely greedy by Elazer. So the option was there.
I just want to point out, Snute's been the one who's been the aggressor for a lot of this game, which is not always a good thing in ZvZ. Defender's advantage is hella strong in this matchup more than others, and it is a situation where Snute being so exposed, okay, not exactly dangerous for him, but I don't think would be too advantageous either. Oh, it doesn't manually target on the Ravager shells, so those are going to finish up.
Thanks. Well, Snute always can poke back with these Lings if he saves them. Maybe not. Elazer's now moving across the middle of the map. Most of the Overlords have been moved aside, I suppose. Elazer actually has quite a few on the map that maybe he doesn't really need, like on the top side. But as far as the middle of the road, basically, where you're actually going to see them moving across, I think they both figure they're going to have a couple of Ravagers apiece and just figure they're going to die anyway. But one of them sees this attack incoming, so Snute gets in position. I was going to say, the next step is generally, nowadays, Tunneling Claws with Burrow, and Elazer's the first one to grab that. Well, this Concave really went out.
The Elazer's follow-up to this is really interesting, too. So first off, this is actually a pretty nice fight for both, but Snute's barely losing out on this. And those new Roaches coming out aren't actually spawning anytime soon. But Elazer's gone for Burrow and Tunneling Claws as the follow-up, so if he gets away with this with a lot of damaged Roaches, he'll actually be able to heal them up.
Nice focus fire from Snute on those Ravagers towards the end of this. And he was kind of losing, very small losses there, but then he ended up taking the win. So nice pick off when he knew that Elazer was probably going to retreat soon enough. But right, the Tunneling Claws, I said, it seems to be the more usual. It's either Tunneling Claws or Spire, but it seems like a lot more people are referring to Tunneling Claws, actually. Snute just sticks with +2. Like, he's going to upgrade his Roaches, but nothing else quite yet.
Yeah, there's an Overseer with this army, but there's no Spore Crawlers placed down on each of the mineral lines. So it's going to actually be kind of difficult to track these things. If Elazer does the old classic move of just putting in, 3 Roaches burrowed per mineral line and then all unburrowing simultaneously, Tunneling Claws can actually get him a lot of damage.
Well, Snute should recognize the graphical upgrade if he's the one that's going to be aggressive here. Oh, that is Elazer's Overseer. Snute's Overseer, is he even coming with this army?
Slow, he doesn't.
There it is. It's gonna see it, though. Did he notice?
He might just say, you know what, you've taken away a lot of your Roaches from the defense. This might be more worth it for him to just commit to an attack, and that looks to be the case. Snute gets on top of the ramp as quick as he can. There is a bit of a surround here favoring Elazer, but the army supply is missing. So much of this was left behind cutting off reinforcements, so Snute's main forces are holding pretty strong.
This is actually a really nice deck, you're right. I was afraid the surround would be devastating for Snute's Ravager count, but he had a bigger army, and he had that +2 upgrade. His reinforcements were stalled out a little bit by the Roaches that burrow. They're taking a couple of them out, but now they're here. It's reinforcing with more and more Roaches. I think it has.
Yeah, 27 Roaches to 8. Elazer's got more on the way. There's Defender's advantage, sure, but it's going to be really hard to overcome Snute. He's still one-shotting a lot of these Roaches. Drones need to be pulled. Something needs to be done because the Elazer's on the verge of getting knocked out 2-0. GG.
Who knows when the games are ending? GG.
All right. Well, yeah. Nicely done. Snute will advance forward in the winners bracket. Elazer will fall down to the losers.
Correct. I think. Well, we might join in the series of Rain Lord vs. Strange. I think we're finally starting the round of 8.
Yay! And these should be best of 5s. I'm not sure what we have to pick from for matches, guys, but we are going to go to a small commercial break. And, oh, your cat is being so cute again.
I know.
Alright, so we'll do 2 minutes. We'll come back and update you guys. It may end up just being a little bit more downtime. Hopefully not too much, though. And we'll see you soon.